and welcome back to Varsity 2014. I'm here with Alistair Proudman at Bradford Salem Rugby Club, bringing you live commentary, that's right, live on Ram Air, live commentary of the Rugby Union game versus Huddersfield.
Yes, and we've managed to get the team news in now.
So Alistair, do you want to run us through the teams?
Yes, the University of Bradford have lined up a fairly strong pack. We've got Chris Donk at loosehead with Will George, the hooker, and Damien Merriam Johnson as tight head. Second row is Gareth Lang and Jonathan Bird. The flankers are James Bennett and Will Wright, with Andrew Hennion at number 8.
At number 9, there's Jack Mitchell. At number 10, fly half, Ben Taylor. Number 11, Oliver Day. Number 12, Ethan Perkins. Number 13, Luke Burgess. Number 14, Sam Cassidy. And number 15, the captain, Dom Falkett.
Yes, and the University of Huddersfield have named their team. The forward packs consists of Dan Bosworth and Callum Wood as the props, Josh Haywood at hooker, Alex Perry and Tom Stainsley in the second row, Oliver Despot and Tom Walmsley as flankers, with number 8 being James Summerscales. Scrum half is Sam Brown, fly half Jamie Kettleborough. Then we've got number 11, Liam Ryan, number 12, Luke Leader, number 13, Ollie Dennis, number 14, Welshie, and number 15, the fly half, George Shields.
The floodlights have come on here for the evening kick-off. It's 7:30 kick-off as University of Bradford versus University of Huddersfield. It's the final game of Varsity, the big one, the closing ceremony, the closing celebration, the closing fixture of what has been a great Varsity so far, Alistair.
It has indeed. We've seen a good start from the Bradford side last night. I believe we went 3-0 up on the first 3 events. Then we've had some very good results this afternoon, some not so good. The scores are floating, the rumours are floating around. We can't confirm anything as yet, but this is shaping up to be a big match.
It is indeed. I'm very much looking forward to it. Still waiting the Huddersfield team's arrival to the pitch. Bradford already huddled, ready to go, ready for the big one. But Huddersfield keeping them waiting. They're running it late. I'm sure the referees had words with them, trying to get them out. But here they are.
Here comes Huddersfield.
The Huddersfield wearing blue and yellow checks, blue and yellow quarters versus the red and black jerseys of Bradford. Good noise from the Huddersfield support, and a loud boo ricochets in the stand from the Bradford support. Bradford occupying 4/5 of the stand there.
Well, it's to be expect of a home fixture for the Bradford side. The supporters turned out in numbers. The question is whether the players can provide them with the match they are hoping for.
The match officials taking place on the pitch now as Bradford head up to halfway to start the game. Huddersfield still huddled, delaying the kick-off slightly, if I'm honest. It's,
right, so we're going to look at this. Bradford will be kicking from left to right in this first half.
The game just waiting for Huddersfield to get set. Huddersfield making their way into position now. The lights coming on as the sun disappears and the dark settles, playing in the floodlit environment in Bradford Salem. Referee checks numbers for each side, signals to his linesman, and Bradford set for the kick-off.
Yep, we should be underway shortly as, well, we've got the ball in hands now, bouncing off the touchline. Kick-off is just seconds away.
This is the final game of Varsity 2014. Linesman's ready, referee's ready, both teams are ready.
And he's signalling to the Huddersfield team to stay beyond their 10-metre line.
And we're underway. The big kick-off. It lands on the 22, caught by Huddersfield, who take it up. Tackle miss, eventually brought down, and the competition for the ball is strong. Huddersfield chucking players into that as the Bradford defence spread across the line. An early high kick.
Early high kick. It's
from Huddersfield. It's straight
out of play.
No, it's brought back to the just outside the 22 where the kick was taken. The Bradford line out gives them a perfect attacking opportunity. Will they take advantage of this, Alistair?
Well, it's hard to say. It's an interesting start. Huddersfield did rook very well there, put a lot of weight into it, but the kick there was slightly wayward.
Very much misjudged.
And Bradford have a very good chance now with this line out just before the 22.
It's a good way.
They take it
it's
at
a
the front,
perfect line out.
and it's a maul being formed here.
Rolling ball, moves forward.
It's driving towards the edge. Ball's come free.
Spins it wide. Number 10 misses his centres. He drives forward.
Tries to burst through. He's taken down.
There's no wide players for Bradford now. They've limited themselves very much to playing a tight game as the forwards run forward, not making many yards, but making enough go forward momentum to make the Huddersfield team work back. We've got a switch of play. Oh,
that's a strong hit there. But Bradford still come away with it with number 13 now. Breaking through. We are roughly just before the 22-metre line.
Spun to the prop, who runs into a big tackle, but there's good competition from Huddersfield. It's a turnover. It's managed to come back to the Bradford side.
And the ball moves wide. He's broken through.
It's a great break.
Over the 22 now.
In the red zone then for Bradford University. Can them do anything with this?
Strong drive. Over on the far touchline.
Good pace from the Huddersfield line.
Good pace from Huddersfield.
But the referee's giving it as offside.
It's an interesting call, and Bradford have taken it quickly and
the referee calls it back, not through the mark. Not through the mark. Will they go for goal here, or will they go for the corner?
I would imagine they would go for the corner, try and get a try on the board early on.
The wind is affecting the kicking here today, as we've seen already in the Rugby League game, so it'll be interesting to see, especially after that first rolling ball, which didn't really make many yards, whether it'll pay off for them this time.
What we've got to say there is they have gone for the corner. The other thing to note is, from the looks of things, the wind is in Bradford's favour this first half.
If the line-up can be as clinical this time as it was previously, we should see Bradford retain possession and start that attack towards the Huddersfield try line.
They're roughly midway inside the 22, by the looks of things.
It's caught well by Bradford. They've set that rolling ball. It's going forward. Oh, it's being brought down by Huddersfield. But no penalty advantage.
It's a strong move from Huddersfield. The ball's spun free. Ball moves over to number 15. Oh, that's a knock on.
It's knocked on.
It's knocked on. Advantage Huddersfield though as they come away with it.
Huddersfield still with the ball, but the referee has given a knock forward in the tackle from Huddersfield, so it's a scrum down Bradford ball.
No, just for subs.
So, sorry, it's a scrum to Huddersfield.
Scrum down to Huddersfield to be fed in by Sam Brown.
Ball in, strongly contested, but Huddersfield managed to hook it back, and it's spun out right. But are they gonna kick clear, or they're messing about with the ball in the 22? But eventually they managed to run it out from a strong run from the centre. But
they've still not got over the 22, and the referee has pulled it back.
Called them back. I think it's another knock on from Bradford there.
Could well be.
No, knock on both ways. Scrum Bradford.
So Bradford have a scrum roughly midway through the 22.
Jack Mitchell to feed for Bradford. Let's hope we can get some quick delivery for Bradford. You're listening to us live on Ram Air, also on, or possibly on the TuneIn app. If you want to share your views on Varsity's last couple of days and the results, tweet us at Ram Air Radio. Use the shout box on our website, ramair.co.uk, or email studio@ramair.co.uk.
And the ball comes in, it's broken free with number 8.
Oh, it's badly.
Harland
struggles to get it away there.
Poor control.
And knock on after knock on, but eventually
it's still coming out.
Referee's not seen it. It's recovered, and
now Dom Fawcett is driving forward. He's over the 22 and brought down.
We've got a VIP in the building. He's just walked in. It's Robbie Hunter-Paul of Super League
We've just heard the Bradford VC is also here in spectation. Bradford pushing forward, they're on the far touchline.
5 metres out, possibly 10.
It's knocked on.
A series of errors.
We've seen several knock-ons and
referee takes
general mistakes so far. Do you think it's in part down to the sandy condition of the pitch, Lucas?
I think it's nerves potentially. Just the nerves getting the better of them. They're thinking too hard about I think he was just lost a little bit of concentration there. He looked up at the man in front of him rather than thinking about the ball that he was receiving.
Yeah, fortunately, however, it was originally a foul by Huddersfield. Bradford have a penalty just inside the 22.
They're going for goal for the first points on the board. Let's see what comes of this.
It's Ben Taylor to kick. Just to the left of the posts, just inside the 22.
The number 9.
It's Jack Mitchell, is going to be taking it.
He's prepping himself. Moves forward to the kick, steps up, kicks it. Oh, he's missed it.
Wide
Sends it wide.
Wide and into the car park.
Slightly worrying, seeing as it was one of the easier kicks he'll have this today. It's rather disappointing. Looks like he slipped on a banana skin there as he went up to kick it. Maybe that had an effect on the game.
So we've got the 22-metre kick out from Huddersfield.
A few players offside, referees calling them back, pushing them back. As the Huddersfield player says it, deep and central.
It's going to fall there to Luke Burgess, who's driving forward. He's through 3 tackles.
Just tackled, brings him down.
He's still going, he's over the 10-metre line now. And the ball comes out now to James Bennett. Bennett brought down, recycled by Mitchell.
Spins it left to
it's
dropped again.
But it's dropped and picked up by Huddersfield.
Well, Huddersfield can't take advantage. It's back to the original knock-on, and it's going to be a scrum down Huddersfield ball on their own 40-metre line, just 10 metres into their own half.
We've got to say that was a strong drive by Bennett after he picked it. No, sorry. Strong drive by Burgess first and then Bennett. Then they picked it up, walking through several tackles and making a good 10, 20
Impressive,
metres.
Quick rugby, but unfortunately, if you're going to have hands like that, you're not going to get anything from this game. And that's what they need to clean out, is handling errors. We saw it a lot in the Rugby League game previously. We need to cut out these handling errors and bring a bit more control back to the game, a bit of structure. Let's see what Huddersfield can do now. Sam Brown feeds it into the scrum. It's stolen by Bradford, but the referee brings the scrum to a halt. Re-scrum, Huddersfield ball still. I think there was a poor bind there by Merriman Johnson, so he's having a word with them now. His referee's watching the bind. Scrum reset.
So the scrum to be fed in. Scrum is locked, fed in. And it's been stolen by Bradford.
The scrum half there, trying to put a little flick onto the ball as he feeds it.
And broken away by Heyman.
He doesn't need to. The Huddersfield scrum's strong enough. And I think if they just pushed it and hooked it normally instead of trying to put that stupid spin on the feed.
Yeah, again, but Burgess driving forward. He's over the 22. He's roughly 10 metres out now.
Bradford have got a perfect opportunity here because of poor scrummaging and a poor feed from the Huddersfield scrum. So let's see if Bradford can do anything with this ball.
That's a penalty.
Penalty to Huddersfield after Bradford playing the ball on the floor. So the number 10 for Huddersfield, Jamie Kettleborough, is going to kick the touch and try get Huddersfield some territory.
It's a good long kick,
but it's not that.
That's a knock on. That is just poor handling. Again,
handling letting Bradford down there. We've said it before, they just need to keep some composure, keep themselves composed under that high ball. They're letting the handling errors get the better of them, and it's got to stop.
On the face of it, that should have been an easy catch. It was unchallenged. It wasn't a great kick, to be honest, but he's got his team forward roughly to the 10-metre mark through a poor handling error, it has to be said.
stand here at Bradford Salem Rugby Club as we wait for this next scrum to continue. There's great support out here today for the final Bradford Huddersfield Varsity game. And the scrum goes forward from Huddersfield.
Oh, it's been stolen.
The scrum half is having a shock of Huddersfield. He's been very slow.
Yes, it comes away.
Bradford take advantage of this and go forward.
Comes away with Marion Johnson.
Through Marion Johnson. So let's see if they can capitalise on this opportunity.
Ball comes back.
Spins left on the blind side. No, not many yards made there.
No, well, it's a very tightly packed, a long kick there by Ben Taylor, and it's come into the 22.
He's trying to run it out. Oh, he throws the kick in there.
He throws the kick.
Oh, is it going to be dealt with now?
It's going to be taken by
the number 15.
Simon Fawcett, the captain. He's broken through several times.
It's taken down. Great tackle there by Huddersfield. And almost steals the ball, but knocks it forward while stealing it.
Cassidy has it anyway. He's out into touch.
Great tackle from Sam Broad, from Eggs.
It was a great
Huddersfield.
It was a great run by Fawcett though to make that ground up.
But the referee's given the knock on first, so we'll be going back to a scrum.
But ultimately again there, when the ball was breaking out, a combination of handling errors.
Sam Brown feeding the ball for Huddersfield, although the scrum's been given Bradford's way, so it'll be
fed by Mitchell.
Jack Mitchell, who's been playing very well so far, taking advantage of all the loose ball created from Huddersfield, adding a bit of zip to Bradford's attacking line, which is what they're going to need if they're going to take advantage of, if they're going to get on top of Huddersfield.
Scrum on their side here. It comes out.
It's out,
and
off the ball,
pulling.
Off the ball pulling, and the ref's given the penalty. The ref's seen it and given a penalty.
The referee has given the penalty to Bradford, roughly 2 metres before the 10-metre mark.
But you see the lack of control at the back of the scrum there. That needs to be sorted very quickly if Bradford want to control the ball that they get.
So Mitchell kicks to the line. He's got it roughly just inside the 22.
Halfway between the 22 and the 5-metre line even. So it'll be another good attacking opportunity from Bradford, but still the score 0-0 as we cross into the second half of the first half.
Well, it's 15 minutes in.
15 minutes gone. Oh, good guess.
So the throw-in to be the line out to be taken by Will George.
Easy
taken, and the rolling wall has formed again.
Ball set at the back.
With Mitchell is supporting it.
He's marching them forward. As
it's breakaway by Heynan.
Well cleared. Mitchell has his hands on, spins it left.
Out to Taylor. Taylor sends it wide. It is rolling forward now. There is
Perkins driving forward. That leg drives on. It's still going forward from Bradford.
Roughly on the try line.
Still moving. They're just outside the try line. Can they capitalise on this situation now? It goes left, and it's just slow ball.
It's slow ball.
Themselves down.
Huddersfield are defending well at this last gasp.
Bounces out of the tackle there. Lucky.
And
the referee stopped
the game for a penalty to Bradford. Right underneath the post.
I think it was a body check there on the winger. He didn't attempt to make a tackle. He didn't attempt to wrap his arms around the player. So that will be a penalty, and they're going for goal again through Mitchell. Hopefully for him this time he'll redeem himself. And
this is an easier kick. It's roughly 6 metres and dead set in front of the posts. This should be an easy kick for 3-0 Bradford.
Guys, we just want to have a quick chat with you. We're at the touchline with some of the substitutes and some of the players of the Rugby Union. What are you thinking of the game so far, guys? Regular game. We reckon we're going to steal this one? Do you reckon we're going to steal this one?
Mitchell to take the kick. Straight down the centre, over.
3-0 lead. 3-0 lead.
Bradford lead, 3-0 through Mitchell.
Lots of noise in the stands from the Bradford fans as we take the lead. You're listening to us live on Ram Air. Don't know if I mentioned that. As I took into a banana here to keep up the energy sources through the commentary. The game resetting now. Huddersfield looking to put a big chase on this kick.
So the long kick forwards right into the corner. It's taken. We can't see much beyond the substitutes bench here. Nice.
driven forward by Bradford as he goes to ground and presents the ball. It's not really cleanly presented, it's taking a time to get to the back, and the referee said it's trapped and he's going to give a scrum to Bradford as we wait for the scrum to set.
So 16 minutes in, Bradford lead 3-0 through a Mitchell penalty. Is it deserved, Lucas?
I think so. It's been all the possession's been Bradford's, and the defence has been slightly soft. Huddersfield giving too many penalties away. Huddersfield are going to get something out of this game. They need to lower the penalty count. They can't keep giving away silly penalties and giving Bradford the opportunity to get deep into their half. I mean, we saw a good attacking opportunity from Huddersfield earlier in the first half, and it was just wasted by a stupid penalty, giving Bradford the chance to clear the lines, get into Huddersfield's half, and Bradford are making something of the ball that they get, whereas Huddersfield a minute wasting a lot of possession through scruffy hands and
the ball's come out.
Ball control. The ball's out of the scrum.
The ball's out of the scrum through Hainan. It's kicked long.
It's hanging,
and it's out, and it bounces over our commentary tent.
So it's a line out back just outside the 22 for Huddersfield.
So we have the line out to be taken by Josh Haywood of Huddersfield. Right out to the back and moved away.
Spins it right, tackled by Bradford.
Good tackle by Bradford, but the ball still remains with Huddersfield. Break forward now. They're driving towards the 22-metre line. The ball comes out, but that's no, it's a decent pass. It's sort of just popped up into the air. But the referee has signalled
a penalty. This is a chance for Huddersfield to even the scores here, as it's their chance to get back into the game. Penalty. Are they going to go for the points?
I would think.
I would assume so. It's in a very kickable position.
It is roughly dead centre, probably just about over.
Just outside the 22.
Just outside the 22. Looking at that.
Yeah, they've asked for the cone onto the field, and so they're going to kick for the points.
Here comes
even up the Scots.
Here comes the kick through Liam Ryan. He sets the ball.
Taking his time here, making sure the ball's positioned properly on the cone as the sunshine's fading very quickly and the floodlights becoming far brighter, casting shadows across the pitch.
The kick to be taken now.
Lots of noise coming from the Bradford fans in the stand trying to put off the kicker. Will it work as he takes his time, he runs up to the ball, boots it, and it's through. It's 3-all.
It's 3-all, and that is a kick from the penalty from Liam Ryan. Levels out the Mitchell penalty 4 minutes ago. It's Bradford 3, Huddersfield 3.
So we're making our way into
the second half of the first half.
Into the second quarter of the game.
Bradford to kick from halfway to restart the game.
I could murder a burger if someone would bring me one.
It's a long kick, spinning, it's onto the 22, but it's caught and it's being carried away.
It's a big run from the... Oh, but it's ripped. He's lost it forward. And Bradford have got it back. They need to keep themselves a nose ahead, so they need to work hard to get some points here.
So we've got here a driving maul. The ball is broken over to the 22 now. It comes out through Mitchell, but that's a poor handling error again, a knock on.
We're going to get some views now. Hold on a second. The game so far.
It's a close game so far. It's the closest Bradford Rugby Union have been this last 3-4 years. What they need to do now is just take their finger off the gas, a good 5%, and keep the composure, and just finish the plays. Really, I think.
What do you make of the handling errors so far? Is it just nerves?
I think the handling errors come down to pressure and nerves, a good combination of both. Like I say, that 5% off the gas, just to compose himself a bit more. everyone's rushing a bit too much, I think, and that should come through. Composure, composure is the key word here. Everyone's just rushing it a bit too much. The handling errors have been unforced. There's been no forced errors, there's been no professional errors. So it's just a case of keeping composure now, because the odds are stacked against Bradford statistically, and they can do this.
Yes, but we're going to have to interrupt you there as Ethan Perkins drives towards the try line. He's roughly 10 metres out. It pops back to Chris Donk, driving forwards. We've got the numbers here.
You've got the numbers here, fair enough.
So it's a rolling ball. It's
rolling ball.
Onto the try line by the looks of things. Can Bradford collapse it? Referee's flagged.
Held up.
Held up.
Held up. There's an example of what Bradford can do tonight. And like I said before, it just comes back down to composure. If they can keep that composure, they'll be fine.
Yep. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
He's from Leicester and Scotland, and he's from everywhere. Alistair's contribution in the commentary was very good there. Thank you, Alistair. You kept us very much in the game as we set for the scrum here.
But it's a line out to be taken by Will George from roughly midway inside the 22. It comes into Will Wright, taken well, popped out. A strong hit there.
Hit. It spins it. It's a weird pass.
It's a weird pass, but Burgess again driving forward. He's held up just short of the line. And the ball will now come out.
Oh,
it's knocked on.
It's exactly what we were just saying about composure. Handling the pressure. And it's just a little, it was a simple pass, and he made a meal of it. It made it more difficult for himself.
But Bradford can't continue to pass up these opportunities just in front of the posts to get over and get the try.
So you're listening to commentary with us live on Ram Air Radio.
We've got a Huddersfield scrum to come up roughly 4 metres short of their try line. This is an important point for Huddersfield. They've got to get this, to make sure they win this scrum and get it away.
It's the final game of Varsity 2014, Huddersfield versus Bradford, Bradford Hill Rugby Club. I'm Luke Uren and I'm here with Alistair Proudman. We're bringing you live commentary on Ram Air Radio. Yep. And the score is currently 3-all.
It's 3-all after 25 minutes.
It's been all Bradford so far, Alistair. Do you see Huddersfield getting anywhere with this game?
The scrum's been rolled over. The Bradford held up just short of the line. The dive forward,
driving
still
for that
just
line,
short.
Driving for that line, pick and go, pick and go. And it's spun wide now. It's on wide, and it's a try,
it's a try
in the corner for Bradford.
Try by Josh Fawcett. That makes it Bradford 8, Huddersfield 3.
Fantastic try, out on the wing. Great hands from constant forward play. They kept, again, we chuck in that word composure. They kept the composure. They kept the ball. They spun it wide when they needed to. They saw the space out wide, and they capitalised.
The thing there, though, is it all came from a Huddersfield scrum within their own 22. They can't afford to lose such a battle there.
They can't afford to let Bradford take advantage like that.
So we go quiet now for the attempted conversion from Jack Mitchell. On the face of it, this is a tough one. It is right out in the channel. He's taking it from dead on the 22.
Hooters on the right-hand side from the Bradford crowd, trying to distract the kicker.
I think you mean the Huddersfield crowd.
What did I say?
Bradford.
Then yeah, I did mean Huddersfield.
So Mitchell to take the kick.
Steps up,
and it is over.
Oh, it's
no,
just short.
It was on target, but not quite enough power there.
Good accuracy, but not enough power. They'll be frustrated with that, as it could have given them just that edge. As Huddersfield remain 5 points behind as they walk up to halfway, ready to send it deep.
But that's so far a conversion rate of just 1 in 3 kicks, and at the top level you can't afford to have such a poor conversion rate.
Thankfully we're not at the top level, so you can probably afford it.
Well, the question is, with the scale of the competition here, this is the final match of Varsity, as Huddersfield get us underway, but it's taken by Bradford and it's broken forwards.
Slow in support from Bradford. It gives Huddersfield the opportunity to attack, and
Fortunately,
Bradford just penalised for holding on there. It just took too long to get that ball away.
Right, so we have got now the long kick towards the corner, making it on the 22. Huddersfield have a line out fairly high up the pitch for them, and it's a rare attacking opportunity for them thus far.
We're here with Sam Butterworth now. We're just going to give us a quick word on how Varsy's going so far for us. Sam.
Varsy's been fantastic. Lucas, it's been look at the turnout today. It's a sea of red. There's a wave of red that's engulfing all of the Huddersfield blue. So I can't complain about that. Just the turnout throughout the day's been fantastic, and just look at the boys now on the pitch. They're playing their hearts out, and hats off to them. They've had a year where this time last year they were on the verge of being disbanded as a club, and here they are. They won Most Improved Team a few weeks ago. Now they're here playing their hearts out, playing their souls out for the Varsity. So I can be proud of the boys. I'm proud of that sea of red over there.
Right, and the ball has broken free. He's carried into touch though. That is just denied. It is a line out Bradford. I'm fine. So we have a line out Bradford.
Thank you for that, Lucas. This is Alistair back with Alistair now. No. And of course the score is 8-3 to Bradford.
Ooh, the line out there from Bradford was dropped, but the referee is calling it back. But that is an error they can't afford so close to their try line.
Oh, absolutely, Alistair. Your opinion of the game so far? Who's been the stronger team?
Well, so far you've got to say it's been Bradford. There's been some poor handling errors from both sides, but which have cost Bradford the chance to be well out of sight by now, particularly in front of the Huddersfield posts. But the reason they've got that, they could have been out of sight, is because they have so far been the better side and produced some very good opportunities, but they've just let it slip when it's come to the absolute crunch.
I completely agree, and when we've got a scrum now, so looking at the scrums that we've had so far in the game, who seems to have the stronger pack, more power in the legs, you know? Would you say Bradford or Huddersfield seem to be?
I would have to say Bradford, to be honest. You look at.
Do you reckon? I felt Huddersfield seemed to be stronger in the pack and the scrums.
Their scrums though have been rather loose. You look at
absolutely, yeah. There's no control from the flankers on the outside.
Yeah. You look at the Dom Fawcett try. That all came from Huddersfield losing a scrum that they had the feed for within their own 22.
I completely agree. So we're back live now. Ball's just been played out by Huddersfield, deep inside the Bradford half.
Well, we're inside the 22. We're held up roughly 4 metres short. Ball breaks out now, and he's driving forwards. Made it up to about 2 metres. Ball comes back. It's driven forwards, and again they're held up just short of the line. But Bradford need to get the ball quickly. That is again held up just short by the sights of things.
That is held up just short, just before the line, about 1 metre out. Again, good tackling, great tackling by Bradford here. Last ditch stuff, great effort from the lads.
It is, and that is still just short by the looks of things.
So Alistair, you know the game well. What is the best way here for Bradford to get the ball back?
Well, they simply, it doesn't look like they're going to get much of a chance. Huddersfield are controlling the ball well from the rucks. What they need to do is just stop Huddersfield from making any ground and hope that eventually the handling errors come in. But we have a penalty here for Huddersfield, roughly 3 metres out. Tap and go.
Tap and go.
He's driven through and he is over the line.
Try for Huddersfield. That is a try for Huddersfield.
It's a try for Huddersfield, and I think it's hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like the scorer was Callum Woods.
Try from Callum Woods for Huddersfield.
Well, that takes us to 8-all awaiting the conversion.
8-all awaiting the conversion. Interesting stuff. Now, this kick, is this a hard kick, would you say, or?
Well, the angle is not with him. We've seen thus far the trouble Mitchell has had with the kicks off the angle. The question now is whether Liam Ryan can have any better luck with it.
He's just lining up the kicking tee now, placing the ball as he wants it. Bradford standing just to the right of the posts. Are Bradford demoralised after that?
I wouldn't think so.
No.
It's a tough try to take, but at the same time, they have thus far been the better side. All they need to do is cut out the handling errors that are occurring on the last chance, and they, as things stand, I would think would win this game. The cut trick kick comes from Liam Ryan. It's over.
It's good.
Huddersfield lead by 10 points to 8.
You heard it here. Huddersfield 10, Bradford 8. You're listening live on Ram Air. Please get involved through the shout box on the website, by tweeting us, emailing us at the studio. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Who do you think is going to win this game, Bradford or Huddersfield?
It's been a tight one thus far, but as I've said, Bradford have had the better chances. All they've got to do is cut out the handling errors, which have so far been poor and unforced, it's got to be said.
You have to remember though, Alistair, Bradford are in a lower division within the book system than Huddersfield, so they are the underdogs coming into this game.
They are, however, underdogs or not, you would not expect people to be dropping fairly easy passes, as has been the case. I think it is just a case of nerves in this, the final match of Varsity 2014.
Playing under lights, it's quite spectacular, really. Love to be involved.
It reminds me of the days I used to play before my knee injuries. This is the sort of game you would play for, even back at schools level.
Oh, absolutely. So that's a Bradford scrum.
It's being turned around by Huddersfield, but it's still
Bradford
with Bradford.
Get the ball out.
It comes to force it now. He's driving forward. Grubber kick through, and it's just held. But there's a strong hit there, and
he doesn't looking.
He looks okay. The ball. No, he's down.
He's down.
He's down.
He's out cold.
The physios are on. The referee has put a stop to it.
The time. Unfortunate to see these sort of injuries in rugby, but they do happen.
It's
part and parcel of the game, really.
Yeah, with the power of the hits in rugby, it is. These are the sort of incidents you expect. It's unfortunate to see it happen to any player, but it's one of the risks you know you are taking on when you step onto the field. It'll be unfortunate, however, if Huddersfield are forced into a substitution, and as a result of this, we are 35 minutes in, 5 minutes from half-time.
Stepping away from both teams for a moment, how do you feel the officiating has been so far this game?
I feel it's been fairly well officiated. The referee, unfortunately, unlike at the higher levels, we don't have the pleasure of being able to hear the referee's conversation, so we can't work out all of the decisions, but so far it looks like he has made the correct calls.
Absolutely, I agree, and I feel the touch judges have been working well as well. They've been working well as a set, really.
They have.
All three of them together.
They have. It's a pleasure when you have good referees who let the game flow as this is done, and who make every chance for the game to be a spectacle for the fans, and I feel that has been the case so far.
So that is Welshie of Huddersfield just coming off the field to be assessed, and he's being replaced by
Tom Atchinson. But we have a scrum on the 22.
Absolutely. We hope all the best for Welshie.
What has got to be said is he did appear to be walking partly under his own steam when coming off there, which is always a good sign.
Yep. So we now have a scrum on the Huddersfield 22
to be fed by Sam Brown. And he feeds it.
Ball's in.
The ball breaks out there. It's a sloppy speed again.
Huddersfield get the ball out.
It does come free with Huddersfield,
Strong
but it's
tackled
by Miriam Johnson. But the ball comes out now.
Oh,
that looked like a knock on.
No, it went backwards.
It went backwards, but it's carried out of touch anyway. It is a Bradford line out. So we have the line out now through Will George.
Line out right in front of us, in fact. We can give you
it's literally on the 10-metre line in Huddersfield on half. It's thrown in, but Huddersfield win. Huddersfield has stolen it, but it's been
knock on by Huddersfield.
Knock on by Huddersfield. It's being signalled.
Yep, signalled by the touch judge. Knock on by Huddersfield.
Bradford penalty.
What did Bradford take here with the penalty?
Well, you've got to look at, well, it looks like they're going for the scrum. I would say, which is probably the right decision. The angle is not a nice one to kick from, as we've seen so far.
Especially
with this wind.
With the wind and him missing a few so far, his confidence may be a bit down.
You have got to say, though, the wind is blowing.
Oh, it's blowing. It changes directions every few seconds.
Yeah, but it is not a nice wind to be kicking into, which has been the case. Even kicking with, it's mostly been feeding.
So the Bradford scrum has been won by Huddersfield, who are breaking through into the Bradford half.
It is. Now, it looks like it's broken free for Huddersfield. They're made a few yards there, but they're stopped shy of the 22. The ball breaks out now over the 22 with what look, I think that was George Shields with the ball. It's sort of hard to tell from this angle. Ball is coming forwards through Huddersfield's, but they're blocked and it's back to the 10-metre line.
Indeed, this is a good defence being held up here by Bradford at the moment. Strong into the tackles.
Well, they've got to be, you've got to look at it now. We are coming up on half-time. They've got to, at the least, hold this 2-point deficit and not let it get carried even further.
Completely. Going in with a 2-point deficit half-time. Great score for Bradford. It can easily be turned around.
It can easily be turned around, and given the stature of the two clubs, Bradford would be, I believe, far happier with such a scoreline than Huddersfield.
How long is left by your watch?
A minute.
A minute left by your watch.
Although, having said that, I have not been able to stop my watch for stoppages, so it could be a little while longer than that.
Absolutely, so there's a bit longer left. But we're in the last 5 minutes of the game now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the whole.
Yep. So we have here a line-out Huddersfields on the far side, just inside the 22. To be put in by Josh Hayward. And it's taken at the back by Huddersfield. They're driving forwards now. They're held up, but the ball is spun out. It's a strong hit, that.
After a good run by Ollie Dennis there.
It must be said, it was a good run, and that is driving through, held up just short of the line again.
Definitely, we're deep within the last 5 metres of the Bradford half here.
Huddersfield is just starting to work up a bit of a head of steam now. The ball bouncing away, and that is, oh, it's come out through Bradford.
Bradford have kicked it, they're on the chase. Collected, back at the 22-metre line.
Fawcett is taken, but the ball comes away. Bradford have made it all the way up into the just shy of the 22-metre line now. The referee flags up for a Huddersfield penalty, diving in by the looks of things, off their feet.
Diving in, absolutely. But great bit of defence there by Bradford to get the ball all the way to the other end of the field.
It was a very good counter-attacking move. It's just a shame there that they couldn't keep it going and potentially get back on level terms before the end of the half. It must be said there is still some time to go. So it looks like it's going to be kicking for touch. It has
been kicked for touch.
It's long. It is. But they've only really made about 20 metres.
They are just short of the halfway line, just within their own half. They'll be taking the line out from.
It was a powerful kick, but he's hit it far too much at an angle there.
A lot of height, but no depth, really.
Yeah.
So that is the line out won by Huddersfield, and they are driving into the Bradford half.
held up just short of the 10-metre line now. The ball is taken out and carried backwards, actually.
Instantly tackled again.
A strong hit from Bradford.
Another good hit by Bradford once again. This is some strong defence, although he's broken through a few tackles now.
Here comes Dan Bosworth charging forward. He's been tackled, but the ball has come out, and another strong tackle stopping them at the 22. And Bradford have turned it over by the looks of things.
Turnover Bradford. And
the referee is flagging. He's just having a word with a few players, and
have we got an injured player down?
It looks like a Bradford player is down, but it doesn't look like an injury. John Bird is down at the moment. He looks to be just getting back to his feet. And this will be a Huddersfield ball by the looks of things. As we see the subs warming up in front of us, if you were the Bradford coach, would you make any changes at half-time, Alistair?
I don't know. I feel it's been a strong performance from Bradford this half. The defence has been working well. However, on the offensive half, been a few, unforced errors. But I feel it's just, I'd say it's nerves, and I'd probably wait a bit, not at half-time. Leave it 10 minutes and see how it's going, I'd probably say. 10, 15 minutes.
Sound cool as the scrum moves forward. But the ball comes out, ball out by Bradford. It's kicked away, but it doesn't make much ground. It's roughly, but there's half-time.
There's half-time.
Right, so at half-time it stands Huddersfield 10, Bradford 8. Bradford took the lead fairly early on through Mitchell with a penalty after 60 minutes. Liam Bryan levelled it up just 4 minutes later with another penalty. 5 minutes later, Fawcett went over with the try to make it 8-3. But just after that, Wood try converted by Lewis Ryan means it stands at the break. Huddersfield 10, Bradford 8.
Absolutely, and we're now joined here by Nick Hopkins to give a bit of verdict about the first half, how we felt it went, his predictions for the second half, and so on. So I'll pass you over now.
Hi guys. Like I said before, it's all coming down to composure, and Huddersfield have got that bit sharpness about them. We've got the opportunity, we've got the possession. Now we just need to we need to monopolise on it and take those opportunities. I mean, we've had plenty of opportunity. I think we spent about 70% in their half, if not their 22.
Well, particularly around the time of Dom Fawcett's try, there were a lot of chances where you were held up just before the line.
Well, exactly, Alistair. They're just not keeping themselves as they come up to those moments. And it's a classic case of Bradford under high pressure, I think.
Must be said though, at the other end, they have defended resolutely when faced with the same sort of attacks from Huddersfield. It's an impressive performance by the defensive line so far.
Defence has been absolutely spot on when it's come to it, I think, and you can't fault the lads on that. I mean, that one try Huddersfield did get, they deserved it, and I'm probably going to get shot for saying it, but that was a well-earned try.
Well, I would say, given the circumstances, Bradford did well to keep them out as long as they did at that point.
Exactly, you've got to remember Huddersfield are a league above, nearly at the top of their league as well. I think they're third or fourth. So our boys are giving them a good run for the money, considering positionings.
We've got the Huddersfield cheerleaders coming out now. That is the noise you're hearing from the crowd. What do you make of...
Before that, there's a lot more points down now. We've held them at 2 points apiece, and we've come back from this. A lot before. But what I'm not proud of is we're making slotty errors, massively slotty errors.
Is it just a case of being nervous?
who are performing currently, so if he's eager to get going, you know, it's only on him. We have a couple of people on the field as well.
Well, it must be said, we don't condone pitch invasions, but
Obviously.
by those things, it is just a case of crossing the pitch.
Yeah.
But the cheerleaders now vacate
The field, which puts us
ready to go for this second half. Huddersfield are kicking left to right.
Bradford attacking right to left.
So we'll get underway with
Here we
Jamie
go.
Cletterborough.
The refs check that the other refs are ready. Both touch judges are ready. They're just clearing a few people off the far touch line.
And we are underway here. Kick is immediately taken by Bradford, but it's a strong hit there.
Bit of a short kick though, wasn't it really? It didn't get that much depth, but it was against the wind.
It was. But that is the fact you've got to take in here. The wind is blowing quite severely. Kicking is going to be a difficult one, and the game, I think, will mostly be played in the feet. Huddersfield charging forward, but they're tackled out of play there by Jack Mitchell. That will be a line out to Bradford.
I'll be handing back over to Lucas now for the second half coverage. Hope you enjoy, everyone over at Run Out.
Thank you very much, Alistair.
Which one?
I'm still here with Alistair Proudman. Just giving you commentary throughout.
The ball has come in and Bradford have taken it away. It's being charged forward, but that's a strong tackle. Here, Bradford are driving towards their 10-metre line. What did you make of the first half, Lucas?
I was slightly impressed. Again, what we were speaking about earlier, there's just a lack of control when they get into the opposition's danger zone. They just can't seem to finish, can they, Bradford?
Well,
and Huddersfield's have been quite strong.
Well, we've got Dammy Marion Johnson just down at the moment. He appears to be back up onto his feet.
But it looks like a groin injury.
It does look like a groin injury. He seems to be okay. He seems to be claiming he's okay to continue though, as the kick comes long.
Is it made touch?
It has made touch just shy of the Huddersfield 10-metre line.
So Bradford on the attack through a line out.
It must be said, given the stature of the two clubs, to be trailing by only 2 points at this point and the performance they put in, it's been
quite impressive performance from Bradford. Yeah, like you said, to say they're a league below, although next year they'll be in the same league.
I don't think so. I believe Huddersfield are also on their way up as well.
Oh, right. So that there is quite a gulf between the two teams then, as we...
Yeah. What we're seeing is a team who are set
a full league apart, really.
A full league apart, yes. And yet they are holding them well here. it's been a strong performance.
I think
by
that shows
Bradford.
the importance of varsity to the teams. The fact that a team elite below can come and just give this kind of performance against the Huddersfield team. But again, it's handling errors letting Bradford down, because if it wasn't for those, they'd be very much in this game.
Well, you must say, in the build-up to the Dom Fawcett try midway through the first half, and also in the 5 or 10 minutes afterwards, Bradford had a lot of pressure in the final 10 metres or so, but could never quite get the ball over the line. They were just dropping short at the final hurdle. It's got to be said, if they keep that performance up, you will expect them to get a try and get back in this game.
Scrummage then to Huddersfield. Ball's fed.
It's come out.
It's back at the 8.
It's back at the
They're
8.
marching it forward. It's a powerful scrum they've got, isn't it?
It is a good drive.
Ball comes flying out the back. It's recovered by the winger who sent it wide. Crossfield kicks put in.
And it's taken well.
Held well.
And it's kicked long by Tom Bills straight out of play. It'll be
a line out on the 10 metre for Huddersfield. Bradford need to get some ball and get some territory. They need to get deep into that Huddersfield half if they're going to get anything from this game.
What do you make of the kicking so far? Obviously the wind's taking it, but there just seems to be a lot.
Very wayward. There's a lot going straight out, or a lot of balls going out on the full, isn't there?
There is. Is the wind to blame for this, and do the teams need to start looking at playing it more in the hands?
There's more accidental curve on them balls than there is on the banana. Ball spun out by the 9, taken flat by the big number 8 who powers through in the middle of the park.
James, on a scale of that, he's taken down, but the ball comes back out with Sam Brown for Huddersfield. But that's
another loose pass.
It's loose, and it's been.
It's poor handling from both teams, really. And that's
it is, and Bradford have managed to force them back from from the Bradford 10 metre to the Huddersfield 10 metre through a series of poor handling errors again. It must be said.
I think that's why we're seeing such a low score here. The handling, it's just not a good enough level for to show any signs of quick attacking rugby. If the handling is going to be like that, it's just not going to happen. But I think that's why Huddersfield are playing that more forward, bash you up game.
Well, I feel that is mostly due to the wind, it must be said. Huddersfield are trying to keep it on the deck as much as possible, and it's
battering rams. Big boy runs it forward.
Huddersfield have just crossed the halfway point. We are
high ball
by
Bradford.
It's being chased.
But offside.
It's offside. But again, there you saw the kick being fumbled as they tried to catch it.
It's going to be a substitution here.
As
Innocent
Tavadzwa comes on for. Can you turn around, please?
Guys, who's come on for? It's number 5.
It's Jonathan Bird.
So it's the end of the game for Jonathan, who's had a big contribution in that scrum.
But it's a long kick, and it's out midway in between the 10 and 22 metre lines.
Bradford
it's a good opportunity for Bradford here, it must be said.
If they're going to get anything from this game, it's got to be now. They've got to build a score.
As the lineup comes in, and it's taken well by.
If there's been one major positive for Bradford so far, it's that line out. The line out is just class.
It is.
I don't think they've lost the line out yet.
I don't believe they have. Chris Donk bringing it forward, but it's set back.
Yards there, wasn't he?
It's set back, and it's being driven forwards by James Bennett. He's into the 22, spun out. A reverse pass there, and we are over the 22 metre line for Bradford.
Slow ball here.
It is
just picking up and going, trying to sneak around the sides, but a good defense.
The ball comes out to Ben Taylor, and
but only as far as the centre.
He's being blocked down again. It's been very tight play by Huddersfield. They're not letting Bradford work it from right to left like they're trying to do.
It's held up there, it's stuck in there. They're trying to work that ball out, but it's just not coming. It's going to be a scrum, I think, if it's held in there much longer.
Well, Bradford are driving forward.
Drive forward. Now they're getting a burst forward.
We are
might just be
rough.
But the referee said,
pulls it back. It's a scrum down.
Scrum down Huddersfield ball.
Scrum down Huddersfield ball, roughly 5 metres from the Huddersfield try line. This, it must be said, is the sort of position that led to the Fawcett try, where Huddersfield were unable to deal with such a scrum. Can Bradford do it again?
Let's find out. People looking tired out there now. This second half is taking its toll. Fans have quietened down for this scrum.
Yep. And as we see them bind, and the ball remains in the scrum half's hands, he feeds it in now. And the referee has pulled
them back. It's a free kick, feeding in the scrum.
And it's
Huddersfield free kick.
It's a chance.
Oh, it's full penalty. Sorry.
It's a chance for Huddersfield to get it away as they kick long, but straight down the throat of Tom Bills. He drives forward.
He makes a break. He's skipping
through them. It's
offloads to Will Wright, who gets taken down just on the 22. He's spun out left.
So again, it is Luke Burgess who hands over to John Fawcett. He's driving forward now. We are roughly 5 metres out, right on the touchline.
Mitchell waiting for the ball. Can he get it? His hands are on it. Pick and go forward.
It's a pick and go by Will George. He's made again several metres.
Now Mitchell spins it.
Mitchell spins it.
Crashed
it's taken well by Andrew Hanlon, and it's spun out wide.
And again, out wide. There's space here on the wing if they can find that pass, but they just can't. They're getting tied up into these tackles.
It's a strong defensive performance, you must say, by Huddersfield, as it comes out to Miriam Johnson. Miriam Johnson makes several metres there. And it's spun out again by James Bennett.
They're keeping it tight.
Bennett is driving forward.
Lost the ball.
Lost the ball, and Huddersfield kick long. Clear. It's come up to the halfway line where it is taken.
He's got plenty of time on the ball. What's he going to do? He's running it back. And he's made good yards there.
He's made a good 10, 15 yards.
But it's broken. Interception, but the referee said offside.
Offside, free kick, penalty to Bradford.
So they get a chance to attack again.
What do you make to the start of this first half? Again, some good pressure from Bradford.
I think, again, it's like we said, they're getting into that danger zone in the Huddersfield 22, almost up to the 5 metres at points, and then they're just throwing away the ball. If they want to win this, they've got to capitalise on them chances. They've got to make the effort to just hold on to the ball, get some structure, spin it wide. That's how that's where it's going to come.
Well, it must be said, that's how the Fawcett try came. Again, drawing the Huddersfield pack in, only to then spin it wide and out. The long kick forward is out, very tight into the 22. It's a good opportunity, this, for Bradford.
And the score still 10-8 in Huddersfield's favour. So it's very tight here. A penalty in it. One score between the two teams. So if Bradford get a penalty, what would you do in this? Would you take the points?
It very much depends on
with this line-out. If they can get some go-forward ball, possibly force a penalty from Huddersfield, I'd be tempted to just take the 3 points.
Yeah, again, Bradford win the line-out and form the rolling wall with Will Wright at the centre of it. It's driving forward, and it's broken on the right with James Bennett. He's tackled down roughly 5 metres short.
Still on the blind side, still working that blind side, but still not making enough yards. This is what I'm saying. They're in the danger zone now. They need to get a score here. They need to come away now with a score. Otherwise, it's been a wasted effort.
And it's spun wide again.
This is it. The chance now. Can he get the pass away?
He's driven forward. He's
taking all the players in with him.
Taking all the players in, and it breaks for Sam Cassidy. He's took short, just short of the line. We're talking 1 or 2 metres maximum.
Might be held up there unless the Bradford can get the ball back. Scrum down 5 metres out to Bradford. Referee's giving it as over the line.
And this, it must be said, is a strong opportunity for Bradford. We've seen the power that they have driving forwards. As we enter the 52nd minute, roughly.
So still plenty of time in this game.
There's roughly half an hour still to go.
But it's not going to be much of a score change if Bradford can't capitalise on these chances. They're still 5 metres out. They've got another opportunity here. They need to come away with points if they're going to win this.
They do. While they've had a good degree of pressure, they've had a lot of their position
I won't be
within.
surprised if we see an either pick and 8 go or a blindside move here off this scrum. Everyone for Huddersfield is packed in tight in defence.
It must be said they've not left much on this left-hand side of it either. If they can spin it out to Ethan Perkins.
The number 12's moved to the left-hand side of the pack, so I'm wondering if they are going to try blindside move. But it was a Huddersfield scrum. I wonder why. And it's cleared by Huddersfield. It's stayed in field.
But it's taken by Tom Bills, who feeds it across. We've got a good drive there.
By Sam Cassidy, who's managed to make good yardage there. But still, again, they've been in that 5 metres and come away with nothing. So let's see if they can get back there, because they've had all the territory this half so far, haven't they?
They have. It must be said, a lot of this game has been played, both first and second half, in Huddersfield's 22. But Bradford Bradford haven't been able to make it count, and in the end, it looks like that's what will cost them. You can't fault their performance.
It's a penalty to Bradford. This is the big decision time. The coaches have not given them a choice. They've sent on the cone here.
Yeah, it must be said, it is...
Just take the 3 points, get that lead, make it 11-10.
Well, it's just outside the 22.
But he's not had the best kicking. He's not had the best success rate with the kicks so far.
It's just to the right of the 22 as well, and with this wind, you've got to question whether that is the right call to be making. So we're setting here, and is that the referee is?
Is he handing a yellow card?
He's talking to him. The booklet had come out, but I don't think he's sin-binned him.
He's got his cards out, but he's not given anything yet.
No, it's just a talking.
Just a warning, but I imagine next time.
I believe that will be a final warning for the Huddersfield man.
The Huddersfield University students behind me setting fire to one of the De Montfort,
the Bradford
try signs.
So we have the kick here through Jake Mitchell. He's got a 1 in 3 success rate thus far. Mitchell to kick.
Turns out our try signs are not flammable. Come on, Mitchell.
He takes the kick. It's over!
And it's 11-10 to Bradford. They take a very narrow lead into the final quarter of the game.
And it must be said that was a very good kick.
Especially after his record so far, you'd be thinking, is he really going to get that? I'm not sure, and to be fair, after seeing his previous kicks, you wouldn't have thought he'd get that, because it was probably the hardest one he's had all night.
I would agree with that. It has been a difficult kick for him. He's not had a good night. Now the kick-off comes straight down the back of folks, and they will drive backward. It's broken forward to...
sprung back,
and there's a big kick.
Going deep left. It's over the full-back, it's over the winger. What are they going to do here? They're
chasing onto it, he's caught it, and he's kicked long.
He's kicked it, but it's come out. Is that off a Bradford player?
It's halfway line out with Huddersfield to take. But again, Bradford lead, and you can't say it's not deserved with the pressure they've put on Huddersfield.
The pressure and territory they've had throughout the game, really. It would have been probably unfair to see Bradford behind, but I think they can't be confident with the score as it is at the minute at 11-10. They need to work for another score. They need to get that territory back. They need to get deep into the half. So let's see if they can regain that territory and get back into Huddersfield half. But there's been an improvement here as Huddersfield drive forward. The ball's presented back. The Knight spins it out to a big runner there.
So Jamie Kettleborough
with some pace.
He does, but he's again held up well.
But Bradford have turned it over.
over.
There's a box kick straight down the middle of the field.
Mitchell kicks it long.
Probably
It's
kicked it into the wrong place there, but the fullback's taking his time there. He's running himself into trouble.
He's kicked it long again.
The kick away.
There's a lot of offsides there,
but there's a lot of Bradford players back.
And there's a lot of Bradford players back to take that as Tom Bills takes it and he drives back forwards.
There, and
he's got a good bit of pace.
He's terrible handling from Bradford.
It must be said that is what's going to cost them if they fail to win this game, because on the performance thus far you can't deny they deserve to be in the lead. Huddersfield coming forward now. Merriam-Webster holds him onto it, but it's still going.
Oh, loose ball there, you see. No one capitalising on it. It's passed out right. It's a chance here. Huddersfield, can he get the pass away? Oh, it's great defence from Bradford to make that tackle.
Strong defence, but now they've got to hold it up as it comes out to Liam Ryan.
You see, if Huddersfield had given that pass there, they would have been in. There's space out wide for Huddersfield if they can take that chance.
Oh, that is a strong hit.
The number 9, Mitchell. Pick and go on the blind side, working that blind side of Huddersfield.
It must be said, it's a good tactic to make if you. But they've shifted it out to the other side.
Oh,
that's another knock on.
As it's hands forward from Bradford. There's lots of a big chase as Huddersfield tap it back to themselves, drops on the loose ball. But he's wrapped up by 3 Bradford players there who are competing fairly for the ball. They're still on their feet. Will the referee do for holding on? Have they managed to get the ball? They've managed to hold on to it. Advantage Huddersfield.
But it must be said again there, Huddersfield making a poor mistake in a strong position.
Attacked behind the blind side with pace, but there's nothing coming there. He's well tackled by the winger for Bradford. But still advantage stands offside. Referee's giving it, sorry, for not rolling away. He places the kick through.
Rubber kick through, but they've
kicked away their advantage there. Oh no, the referee pulls it back to a penalty. So it's a penalty just inside Bradford's half for Huddersfield.
What do you do in Huddersfield's situation here?
Bang a boot and get it in touch. Attack. I don't think they've got the distance in the kick. So bang it in the corner. I mean, they've got some strong forwards, so probably take the line out and give it a big drive.
But the question you've then got to ask of the line out is, Bradford have been impressive so far. Would it be instead a tap and go?
I can't imagine it being a tap. He's looking for the kick.
Yeah, he is. He's looking.
He's going for touch.
He's looking to get as many yards here as possible with the kick. He kicks it long, but that is just kick. Makes very few yards.
A great opportunity to get deep into the Bradford half there. Did not take it. So it's a line out.
We're roughly halfway through the second half now. Bradford lead by 11 points to 10. On the scale of performance, do they deserve it, Lucas?
Probably deserve it in terms of territory and possession, but Huddersfield have probably had the better chances. But again,
and that Huddersfield line-out has.
Huddersfield seem to be suffering from the same problems that Bradford did in the first half, the handling errors, which has basically been a curse on both teams throughout the game.
It has, and you've got to question whether the pressure of the event is getting to both squads.
It is the big final game of Varsity for this year. We've been following Varsity all through the day, through the media teams. There'll be photos up on UBU during the week of all the different sports that have been on. We've had media people at every single event. And we'll be bringing you hopefully videos and everything through.
And that's a breakthrough by Huddersfield.
He walks under the post.
Haywood goes under directly under the posts for the try.
You see, just a bit. Bradford switch off for the tiniest moment, and Huddersfield take advantage. It goes up to 15-11. But would you say that that's deserved?
I would not say so. They've puffed and they've puffed, but to not much effect thus far, it must be said. So we have the kick here from 22 metres dead centre.
setting the kick.
Liam Ryan spots it. He's hit a penalty and a conversion already today.
He's not missed a kick today, has he?
He has. He kicked the conversion for the first try and he got their penalty to get it back to 3-all. He's not missed a kick, no.
So you'd back him for this one, really. It's a relatively kick.
No, dead centre, 22 yards. You'd expect a player to put it away from this distance.
But it's a great charge, Dan.
It's
He
a great
almost
charge.
got a hand to it.
He did. It is, however, over. That is 17-11 to Huddersfield.
See, Jake Mitchell, for me, for Bradford, has been one of the man of matches so far. He's been everywhere. He's been doing all the work. His delivery's been brilliant. There's a quick switch of the players now. They stack everybody right. As Huddersfield are all out of position, stacked left. So let's see if this will pay off for them. As Mitchell puts
kicks.
it up high.
That's a short kick. It's
won by
Bradford, and Burgess is driving forward.
It's a great tip.
He's made it to almost to the 22. It's spun out by Mitchell. Carried.
He's driving
He's
forward.
driven through several tackles.
It's a great response from Bradford to that try.
22.
Oh,
Mitchell.
but he's taken forever there.
Mitchell's taken hard, and
Drops
that
the
is.
ball. Again, forcing it when they didn't need to.
And
it's cost them
but
again.
Huddersfield are still penned back in there as they spin it out, and they're looking to play it out rather than get it cleared. And is that going to be their downfall here? Because Bradford are hitting them very hard. They've gone.
And it's cleared low from Huddersfield, the grubber, but it's collected very, very nicely.
Oh, and that's a very good run by Cassidy. He's gone through several tackles and he's made
up to the 22.
He's made it up to the 22 from the halfway line.
They've got to score
good
here, Bradford, if they want to win this game. They've got to come away now with points. It's like we've said all game, they can't keep getting into these great positions and then throwing away the ball. So Mitchell,
that's a
referee says play on, it's absolutely fine. I think it's recovered by Bradford.
No, it's
turnover. Huddersfield.
But Huddersfield can't get it out quickly before they're hit.
You see Mitchell taking too long on the ball there. He's been playing really well so far, but then the last two chances, he's just picked up that ball and taken that yard. He's been a bit too slow trying to get that ball away from the ruck-out ball.
Yep. And we have a penalty to Huddersfield.
I think the main thing is with the defence for Bradford, they need to get them guards in tight, blocking anybody trying to get around the side and attacking the scrum half. That scrum half needs protection, and he's not getting that from his forwards.
He's not, as you said, he's had a very good game thus far, but the past couple of moves a bit slow, and it could well have prevented Bradford from really forcing the issue.
Penalty reversed.
Oh, it's an interesting call from the referee here. It'd be nice to be able to hear what he has to say, but unfortunately we're not at that sort of level where the referees are mic'd.
Taking the points here to make it.
It would make it 14-7 if converted. 14-17 if converted. It is going to be Mitchell again. He's hit 2 penalties thus far.
I think they're thinking with the territory, let's just go into their 22, get some points, and that's the thing that they haven't been doing in the first half. When they're getting into the 22, they weren't taking the points. It's good to see that finally they've realised the mistake and they're starting to take these points.
They were looking for the try, which is to be commended, but at points you have just got to say we'll take the free.
Especially when you're playing such a tight game. Yeah. Sometimes the penalty can be the difference in a game like this.
So Mitchell with the penalty inside the 22. It's good to be said, it's dead centre. It's over.
Through the middle.
It's 14-17 here.
So another penalty from Mitchell. That's 3 now. Two penalties, sorry.
No, 3.
That's his 3rd. So redeeming that kicking percentage stat, isn't he?
He is. He's converted 3 of his 4 penalties, but missed the 1 conversion. It's a kicking stat of 3 from 5, and it is a decent performance.
Huddersfield taking the time this kick-off as the fans to our right start to make some noise. The stands in the fans in the stand have gone slightly quiet now.
Well, they have. We've got
out of concern possibly as the result.
Quite possibly. We've got quarter of an hour, and this game is still very much open and in the doubt as Bradford take the kick.
So he takes a big hit there. Can he get the ball back without giving away the penalty? Holding on. Yeah, he's worked it back. Mitchell pops it right. Oh, box in the box kick. But there's a penalty.
Huddersfield not rolling away. I believe the referee is signalling there.
But it was their own ball, so I think. Oh, maybe trying. It was their own ball. I don't understand.
Well, it's a strange call. It's
going for points, Huddersfield here.
Huddersfield going for points to try and restore the 6-point advantage.
It'll make the 3 points that Mitchell seem a bit wasted, to be honest.
But it must be said though, this is a kick from left of centre and midway in between the 10 and 22 metre. Well, it's not an easy one. Ryan has got a 100% conversion thus far this match, but this seems a risky one to go for.
Lines up the kick, takes his steps back. Bradford needs something big now.
What they need is for this to not go over and then to be straight back on the attack. As the kick now
Boos comes from the stand as he steps up, takes the kick.
And it's over. It's a very good kick.
It's a very good kick. That's 2014. Bradford are going to have to score a try now if they want to get anything from this game. It's going to have to be a converted try. And can you see that coming, Alistair, with the way Bradford have played so far?
It's a difficult one. I would say, on the way they've played so far, if they can just sort out that handling in the final third, in the danger areas, they will get the try. Whether they can convert it, though, is the big question.
Taking you through the final 10 minutes of the game, I'm handing back to the other Alistair, and you'll be double teamed by Alistair's.
Hello.
Hello, Alistair.
Hello, sports fans.
You join us here with a line-out on the just shy of the halfway line, just inside the Huddersfield half. What do you make of the second half so far?
Definitely a development from the first half. I think it's been a higher paced, higher tempo game. They've really come into it in the second half. I mean, Bradford, I think, were almost a bit shocked at half-time, only being down 10-8 was the score at half-time?
It was half-time at 10-8, yes.
Yeah, only being down by 2. I think that's really propelled Bradford forward, and also, you know, put a bit of a butt.
And here come Bradford charging forwards. It's broken out. We are roughly midway between the 10 and 22 metre marks. Bennett tries to drive forwards, but he's stopped. It's span out. Another drive forward is stopped. We're just playing just in front of the Huddersfield 22 at the moment. But that is another handling error. It's fortunately gone backwards and taken by Bradford.
Very, very lucky there, Bradford. And again, when that came out of the ruck, that was a bit sloppy.
It was sloppy, but Fawcett driving. He's skipped round 2.
Taken down by the third. Bradford should keep the ball here, deep in, on about the 22 metre line in Huddersfield's half.
Oh, but the referee has blown up for that. It is a Huddersfield penalty, offside.
That's very unfortunate for Bradford there, of course, but
it's got to be said, with 10 minutes to go, can they get back into this and get the converted try they need to win?
Absolutely. This is anyone's game still, Alistair.
I'm going to say, it's been a good performance for Bradford. The question is, though, we've seen them get into that danger zones on several occasions, but they've never really quite managed to convert that territory into points. The question we've got is whether they can change that at all. Do you see it coming?
I'm not sure. My heart says yes, my head says no.
Well, we're coming forwards here. It is into the 10 metre, well, it's beyond the 10 metre line. It's almost right up onto the Huddersfield try line as Bradford have a line out. This is a very good chance. They've been good under the line outs all day.
Absolutely. Winning most of them, and another great,
but it's dropped. It comes out. We are held up roughly 2 metres short as it's span out again. Span out. It's a good hit there as we cross towards. Oh, there's a little breakthrough there. Held up still.
Just in front of the post here. Passed out to the left.
Span out
pushing
again.
The left wing.
Fawcett is not quite over. He's held up
about 2 metres or a metre short. Pushing to the right and driving through.
Again, they're driving forwards, but
stopped at the 1 metre.
But they're getting stopped at the last ditch by Huddersfield.
To put another situation forward, Alistair, if we don't score the try, what's the likelihood of 2 penalties?
Well, I would say Huddersfield have seemed slightly lackadaisical defensively. I would say the penalty. Oh, and
he's across.
It's over. Mitchell has broken free on the ruck. He's nicked it out, a little dive over, and he's put the try in. That is 19-20 with the conversion to come.
That is exciting stuff now. We're into the last 10 minutes of this game. Bradford 19, Huddersfield 20. The conversion shouldn't be too difficult. It was quite close to the post when he went over.
It was close to the posts. He's not gone for far out. This should be a nice one with just roughly 10 minutes remaining.
Not gonna lie, Alistair, I have got goosebumps right now.
Is that because of the weather though?
I'm not sure. Now, if the game finishes at 2020, what happens? Do we know what the situation is there?
I'm not entirely sure. It'll either go to the kicking tournament, or it may just be declared a draw. I've not actually seen a draw in Varsity for quite a while.
Exactly, exciting stuff. I'll see if I can find out.
So Mitchell here to take the conversion. It's over! Bradford lead 21-20.
Amazing stuff here for Bradford. Absolutely amazing. Underdogs here in this game against Huddersfield.
But and again, they've taken the lead. It is a good performance. The question we must ask, and we did question their ability to turn territory into points. They certainly did it there.
Ooh, bad catch from Bradford. Luckily it went backwards. Recovered, bit of a maul going on here. Ball looks to have been recovered by Huddersfield. The referee's blown up.
Pulling down, and it is a Bradford penalty.
Kick for touch here?
I would definitely kick for touch. Oh wait, no, sorry, he's giving it as a Huddersfield scrum, is that?
Yep, yes, Huddersfield scrum. Huddersfield scrum.
The question we've got to ask now, do Bradford need more points, or do you think they can defend this 1 point lead?
Of course, a 1 point lead doesn't take much, does it? A slight slip, three point penalty, and you've lost the game there.
Yeah, but the question is, do they attack, look for the points to make it secure,
They
and
don't
risk
need to
that?
be overly aggressive, but they need to keep the ball outside of their own 22.
Yeah, I think play at this sort of region on their 10-metre line would be perfect for Bradford right now. They don't. It's up for Huddersfield to come searching, and hopefully Bradford can exploit the gaps they leave behind. As the ball comes out from the ruck, but it's hit hard by Bradford again. They are defending like giants today. We've just got some crowd noise in our mics, and it's interesting to hear how loud the crowd are.
Absolutely, the crowd are exceedingly loud today.
Cheers. So then, you join us with Huddersfield having a penalty just outside the 22. The Huddersfield penalty to be taken by Ryan. He's had a good kicking conversion thus far. He is just outside the 22, well to the left of centre. He lines up to take the kick.
This, of course, exceedingly important for Bradford.
As it comes in, and it is over.
It is over.
Huddersfield lead 21-23. Careful, you've dropped your mic, Alistair. So we resume at... Careful, you nearly dragged a coffee off the table there. We resume at 21-23 with roughly 5 minutes to go.
That is unfortunate for Bradford, but what is expected from Huddersfield, nonetheless.
But again, you've got to look at it, is Bradford have a chance here. They're driving forward. All it takes is a penalty, a drop goal, and they're back in front with very little time to go.
Now, how many points do you get for a drop goal, Alistair?
3.
Is it 3 points the same as a penalty? So
Yeah.
that will do it for Bradford.
That a drop goal would do it for Bradford. Right now, we have a Huddersfield scrum.
Unfortunately, the ball turned over there due to the scrum to Huddersfield.
While I think they would love a try, as it stands, any sort of score from Bradford will get them back in the lead. It is a tight one here.
Absolutely, and the scoreboard just been updated to confirm that score: 21 Bradford, 23 Huddersfield.
But I think at this point, even if they don't manage to get that another score, Bradford can be proud of the performance they've put in.
Oh, absolutely. This is a monumental performance by Bradford.
The scrum is fed. Huddersfield drive. It's picked up by Sam Brown at the back. It comes out and it's a long kick. Fawcett will take it.
Well, excellently taken.
Spins it across and it's kicked back long. This is an interesting chase. It will go out. It will not quite go out, but it's bobbling. And Fawcett has closed down on him quickly. Bradford have hit them. They're now up to the 22 with Huddersfield in possession on the floor now.
It's getting a bit messy down there, isn't it? Now at this late stage with both.
It is, and that's a Bradford penalty. I think he's flagging for not rolling away. Oh, sorry, not holding on to the ball. Sorry. We've got an injury to Tom Stainsby. He seems to be struggling back up to his feet. If you're Bradford, do you go for the kick here? It's a tight angle, or do you put it into the corner and aim for the try?
The kick would be enough. And with the way this Huddersfield defence has been on their line, I would say
he's gone for the corner.
He has gone for the corner, which is interesting, which will give them the line out, won't it?
It'll give them the line out. Again, they've been strong in the line out.
They have been strong in the line outs.
Roughly 4 metres out at most. It is a simple catch and drive, hopefully, now. As we enter towards... We enter the very final stages now. But Huddersfield have intercepted the line out, and it's being sort of driven away. Huddersfield just holding it up slightly here, and their kick away, but it is taken on the halfway line by Sam Cassidy. He drives back forwards, he spins it out wide. There's room out here, they're running. He's taken down right on the edge.
And out. The touch judge has put his flag up.
He is out.
Huddersfield line out.
Huddersfield line out inside their own 22. A rare missed line out for Bradford, and that could well cost them. So here comes the line out. Huddersfield just need to hold on to the ball for a couple of minutes. The line out comes in, and it's not
over the top.
Over the top. It's come back to Huddersfield though, and it is out by Huddersfield. Their
Closed
kick
down on quickly by Bradford.
Kick is
Sam
locked.
Cassidy under the ball. Well
Cassidy
taken.
takes it. He drives forwards now. Skips past one. Held up by the second. It's a ruck down, obviously, on the 22, but the referee has stopped it. It is a scrum down to Bradford, and this is got to be one of the last opportunities they have.
Absolutely. Are we getting into drop goal region now?
I believe it is getting to the point where we want to work it out, work it back, and drop it. Go for a drop goal. One of our pundits is saying play for the penalty. An interesting tactic.
However, with that penalty only minutes ago, going for the corner rather than attempting the 3-point conversion.
Well, it's fed in. It's tucked away, and it is sticking around the hook. It's pick up and drive over the 22, but it's been turned over. The referee has flagged for, that is full time. Huddersfield win 23 to 21.
Just to confirm that, Huddersfield win 23, Bradford 21. An unfortunate loss for Bradford, but at the end of the day, a great performance by both teams.
Well, to only lose by 2 points to a team that is a league above you, it is a very good showing from the Bradford side.
Absolutely. Every one of these Bradford lads can be exceedingly proud of their performance today.
I think if there's one reflection for the Rugby Union team today, it's that decision in the last minute to kick for touch instead of kick for goal. Yeah.
However, when we look back, Bradford's kicking today hasn't been on par, and with the wind in the conditions, they did feel they were stronger in the lineouts, which over the game they have been.
They have been perfect in the lineouts.
Exactly, it was just an unfortunate series of events at the end.
The one lineout that mattered, they managed to mess it.
It's unfortunate. However, at the end of the day, a great performance by both teams, excellent play, a very, very enjoyable game. Everyone here has enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it there on Ram Air. Keep in touch with us via the Twitter and the shout box on the website.
You know what to do.
Absolutely.
We'll be bringing you a presentation shortly at the end of Varsity 2014. It's been a very successful Varsity, hosted by Bradford this year. Next year we'll be returning to Huddersfield, although we obviously don't know the score yet, result yet.
So, just going back to that rugby game, just to finish off, where did Bradford go wrong? Away from that penalty at the end, where we believe they should have gone for the points. It's got to
be down to handling and execution in the final third. I think if they finish the point, if they finish their opportunities, because there's no doubt Bradford had the more opportunities.
Absolutely. Do you feel Bradford's defence was strong enough today?
I think it was strong enough, and I think it was strong enough. But just like I said, attacking wise, they just weren't all there.
Just missed opportunities.
They had one natural finisher in the team. I think it was Fawcett or Cassidy. They were both absolutely flying. But they just didn't finish enough of those opportunities. They have so many golden opportunities and didn't finish them. And that's going to frustrate them tonight. That'll be sitting on their minds tonight.
So at the end of the day, unfortunate for Bradford, excellent for Huddersfield, a great game.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very interesting game next year. This will only spur them on more, losing by such a narrow margin.
Great improvement from last year, where Bradford were truly demolished by the Huddersfield Rugby Union team in the final game of Varsity. But to only lose by 2 points this year shows great improvement by Bradford.
There is no doubt they were very much in this game today.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, like I said, they just wasted opportunities. But they'll learn from these errors, and they'll take it into the next season where they've been in the league where they've been promoted to. And hopefully we'll see that benefit them massively.
Absolutely.
So Huddersfield win here, 23 points to 21.
2 points.
If you're going to say man of the match for Bradford today, for me it would have to be the number 9.
Jack Mitchell?
Jack Mitchell. I think he'd been all over the place. Early on in the second half, he had a bit of a struggle getting that distribution right. Taking a bit too long to get his passes away, but he corrected that. He was pretty successful with his kicks in the end, and the pace he added to the game was superb. I just wish we'd seen a bit more of that throughout.
Now, personally, I'm a big defence guy when it comes to a good game of rugby union. I feel that the combination of Sam Cassidy and Dom Fawcett at the back was excellent, and I'd be hard to choose between them which one I would go for as my man of the match. Both doing excellent, catching very hard spiralling balls in the wind.
They have brilliant hands to be fair.
Absolutely brilliant hands, especially in these cold conditions with the spiralling balls in the wind.
The problem was there was so much that didn't manage to get to them.
Especially playing under lights as well. That always adds an extra issue.
Team Bradford entering the pitch with a flag. Passionate fans from Bradford gathered together in celebration of the Rugby League results and many other results that have gone on today. So the Bradford team huddled in reflection after today's result. Probably it's hard because they weren't expected to win. They're probably the underdogs, and they gave such a good performance. I think that's what's so heartbreaking, is the effort they put in and the fact that they didn't quite make it.